How are we doing, Billas? Welcome back to another Shroomy T video. In this crypto bear market that started 4 months ago, but only really did my bull thesis get invalidated within the last month or so. And I'm now looking at another 50% decrease in Bitcoin between now and the 4-year cycle lows, which would be, bear markets typically last a year. So that would be from the October high back at 126k. That would be a year on from that, which would be October of 2026. So anytime between now and the end of the year, I would expect a bottom on Bitcoin. And as it stands, this fractal taken from the 2021 highs would see us put in a bottom around July time potentially. And it's looking very similar to the last 4 cycles. We get the 4-year lows, 4-year lows, 4-year lows, and where it looks like we're coming down into another 4-year low. And what we've seen, the content output on crypto YouTube is down 65% in the last 8 weeks alone, which tells you all you need to know. It tells you we're in a bear market, and right now, for me, it's people are in denial before we're going to get a capitulation. Right now, this is denial before capitulation. So right now, people are still remaining bullish. I was bullish, but I have flipped the bearish now for basically the rest of the year, the next 6 to 8 months. And although I am bearish short term, guess what? Massive opportunities. Massive opportunities are going to arise, later this year. Cheap prices. Very, very cheap prices. So right now, for me, it's denial, which is coming before the massive capitulation, and continuing to see this fractal from the last cycle playing out again, which I've got over here. If we were to see this play out again from the last cycle's peak in 2021, it would be something like this, which ties up with the previous 3 cycles going into the 4-year lows. And if you want to learn more about that, there's a guy called Bob Lucas, the 4-year cycle. The 4-year cycle in crypto remains undefeated yet again, and yeah, that's just the way it is. We didn't get an alt season this time, and we just need to take our medicine and go again, because the whole time this cycle's been playing out, we've had QT, and now we're going into a new cycle which is going to have QE, loads of money printing, similar to like we've seen from 2019 into the 2021 peaks. I believe we're going to get something similar, and we'll get lows, and we'll get an alt season. So, whilst times are tough and people are chucking the towel in, like I'm saying, 65% of crypto content on YouTube is down in the last 2 months. I'm going to keep showing up almost daily on this channel. If you want to be along on the journey with me, hit that subscribe button, like these videos, and we'll keep showing up when times are tough, when we're in this bear market, and we'll get through it. And we'll be taking the advantage of the lows that we're going to get at some point this year if this plays out yet again. Continue to see this fractal. Again, every time from the high to low, get down below the 0.786 fib. We then get this massive trendline breakout, and off we go. Trendline breakout, off we go. Trendline breakout, off we go. It's about breaking this trendline that we're currently in, which is this blue line. You can see we are in a downtrend on Bitcoin. Like we've seen a downtrend from 2013 to the 2015 lows, from 2017 to 2018 lows, from 2021 to 2022 lows. And again, I'm expecting something similar again this time round. We do happen to get a relief rally, which I'm not sure if we will, because Bitcoin looks absolutely terrible. I reckon we could potentially get up to the CME gap about 79 to 81k before coming back down. That would probably be the best case scenario, the most bullish case scenario for Bitcoin in this downtrend, to get a bit of relief up into the CME gap, which has been left open between, as I said, 79 and 81k, which we've seen over the past on this channel that every time we seem to get a CME gap, that acts as this magnet of liquidity, and we come back down. Like when we seen the top back in October, when Bitcoin got to 126k, we left a CME gap open between 110 and 111k, and we went up and we came down and closed that CME gap. We then open another CME gap before going higher, come down, close it, close that CME gap, we close this CME gap, close this CME gap in here, and there was one massive CME gap open from April 2025 when this massive downtrend from Bitcoin going from 109k down to about 74k because of the tariffs. That was that massive tariff correction with fears in the market. We then had this gap up, left the CME gap open from April 2025 before eventually closing it in November of last year. And again, other than that, all the CME gaps tend to get closed fairly quickly. So, is this an area we potentially go up and fill before going lower? Or will it just remain unopened and we go into a bear market? Who knows? I think there's a chance we could get this filled and come lower after that. Again, it's something we will monitor on this channel. But for me, during the tough times, during the bear market, it's about for me, what I'm doing right now is learning. Oh my, I can't type. 2, stacking cash to deploy, because I believe there's going to be huge opportunities at the low. And 3, going to the gym, looking after my mental health, because when it gets tough in the market, it does get really tough. So yeah, nobody's enjoying this at the minute, but the opportunities, that's why most people quit. That's why 65% of YouTube content on crypto is down in the last 2 months. People quit, they chuck the towel in, but I'm going to keep showing up no matter how hard it gets. Because 2025 in crypto is absolutely terrible. Everyone was thinking the 4-year cycle, massive alt season, but it's obviously not materialised. And yeah, that's the way it is. We've had precious metals going on massive runs and stuff like that. So it's all about learning in the market, and that is why I'll just keep showing up most days and talking about what I'm seeing in the market, even if it's completely rubbish. People seem to enjoy listening to what I have to say, and if they don't need to watch it, so it's up to them. But I'm going to keep just posting my thoughts on the market, and when people comment stuff, I can read what they think as well, and it's good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the market right now. I know the majority of people have chucked crypto, they've thrown the towel in, but I'm going to keep showing up. And again, looking at the total crypto market, losing this massive key 9-year support. Basically at the start of February, we broke down, and yeah, this was around the time I flipped bearish and said the bull thesis was invalidated. And yeah, like we've seen previous cycles, like from the 14 highs to the bear market lows, 2017 massive blow off top, 2021 massive outperformance of the 2017 high, whereas 2025 high was barely above the 2021 high. Barely. About a 40% increase higher. Whereas the year before that, or the cycle before that, was a 281%. Is that diminishing returns? Or is that because this was a QE money printing, whereas this was QT and not as much money was printed? Who knows? But again, how low is this going to go? If we look at the last bear market, again, we got to about 0.786 fib. And if we were to see something similar from the high to the low, it could be another 30% move down, potentially even lower this cycle. Who knows? Again, for me, it's all about preserving my capital, being in survival mode at the minute, and getting ready to deploy and take advantage of the bear market lows when they arrive. That is my take on the market. I am bearish right now. I am a massive crypto bull for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Like, if we zoom out, if we ignore the short term 6 to 8 months or whatever, and we look in 10, 20, 30, 40-year time frames, like, do you think the total crypto market cap is going to be at 2.29 trillion in 10 years? Or in 20 years? Or in 30 years? I don't think so. I think the total crypto market cap can get to 100 trillion at one day. One day in my lifetime, I think the total crypto market cap can about 50x from where we are right now. That is how early I believe we are in crypto. So yeah, I see opportunities. That's why I show up every day in this market and try and get better. That is simply it. Total crypto market cap's 2.29 trillion. I believe we're going a lot lower in the short term, but I believe in the longer term, in my lifetime, we'll see 100 trillion minimum. So that is where I am with the market. That's why I believe so much in the space. And yeah, that's it. It's going to be it for this video. I know these videos aren't the most entertaining because I'm being bearish, and that's probably the last thing you want when the prices of assets have gone down. But yeah, I'll try and make it more entertaining going forward. But when the bottom arrives and we start ripping up higher again, it's all going to be good again. So yeah.